Likutei Moharan Torah Chaf. This is once we have already explained all the older mahalach of the Torah, with the tzaddik, that there's a neshama that's going through suffering, which is the portal through which all the bi'ur Torah, all the explanations of the Torah, all the all explanations of the Torah come through that neshama to all the Torah commentaries. When that neshama has its words are hot as burning coals. When the burim of that neshama cool off, this neshama is mustalik. Now, this is Pchinas Miriam, Midbartzim Atamas Miriam. Miriam is the Shom Miriris, that's the neshama, and she and because of Miriam was the be'er, was the well. Be'er is Shom Bi'ur Torah. Shom Be'er is the well. Okay. Once this neshama passes away, the tzaddik or anybody who wants to mamshich Torah has to bring down the Dibur Torah from the Leva Elyon, the supernal heart, which is called Tzur Levovi, the flint of my heart, the rock of my heart. That's the cellar. Now, when the Chacham is dashens, or when a person learns by himself, or whatever he learns with Chavrus or whatever it is, he's coming into that situation with his zchiyos, with his merits. This is the mata, this is the staff, this is the koyach, this, shows him mamshala, an authority. That staff is there to be used in order to subdue the inborn wickedness in the people that are there. When a person is by himself, it should be to be machniah his own rab, chulu v'chulu. When the Chacham does that, he connects himself with the neshamas of all the people that are there by the time that he dashens. And then what he needs to do, he needs to daven, connected to everybody, to the Leva Elyon, Kodesh Baruch Hu, that the Leva Elyon should open up, and he should get Dibur Torah. When the Leva Elyon, he gets Had Diburim, and the Had Diburim are the keli with which you get the Dibur Torah. Now, that prayer that he asks, to get the Diburim, adds Kedusha above. And commensurately with how much Kedusha is added, this is how much Torah, is coming down. The problem with Moshe, the mistake that he did, was instead of using the staff to subdue the bad of the people and then talk to the Leva Elyon, what he did is he used his merits, his zchiyos, to kaviyachol, to bang on the Leva Elyon, to take the Chidush Torah from Leva Elyon with zchiyos. This is considered like he's taking something by force. Like he coerces the Leva Elyon to get it. No, there are two things that happen. First of all, he took it, he took it by force. And we have a klal, anybody who pushes the time pushes him back. So it was stop. Secondly, because he didn't use his zchiyos to connect himself with everybody, but just daven tfilas yochid. The kedusha that was added above was not enough. It was very little. I mean, very little. It was less than it would have been. And because of that, Aaron and Moshe had to be mistalik. It is, since they did not add the kedusha by connecting to the people, by the davening, they had to add that kedusha by passing away. So that was. But there was another consequence to that quote unquote unfortunate episode. The Divrei Torah that the tzaddik brings down, every dibur is a malach, it's an angel. And all the Divrei Torah together, they create an army. An army of angels. Now, the way to go into Avodas Hashem, you need to go to Eretz Yisrael. This is the place where you go one madrega to the next. So to get to Eretz Yisrael, there are, when there are Averis involved, there are blemishes that are involved. So remember, there are people who block slanderous Rishonim, who Moitzei Dibas Haaretz, they don't let the people get to Eretz Yisrael. Now, these blockers need to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with because we're going to get to Eretz Yisrael. How they're being dealt with by these malachim that are created through the Divrei Torah. Now, how efficiently they're dealt with depends on how much koyach these malachim have, which depends on how much kedusha was added above. If the army of malachim is very strong, it goes through Edom and it takes, because the sword belongs to Edom. The sword that's his inheritance. So they go through Edom, they take the sword and they punish the Rishonim, the Bechav and the Katl, they finish them off. If the kedusha that is added above is not that great, so the malachim can only put what they call the fear of God into the heart of those slanderous Rishonim. And sometimes the malachim are even weaker, so the only thing that they can do is bring about that the goyim use their own justice system to put these Rishonim down. That, by the way, has another agenda, because sometimes the mishpat falls down to the klipas, and that's the way to get it out. But sometimes the Kodesh Baruch Hu b'chavona puts the tzaddik in a tight corner by these Rishonim, so that the goyim, with their own judgment, will put them down, put the Rishonim down, and with this the mishpat will come out. Sometimes the current malachim is so weak, the only thing they can do is just shut the mouths of the slanderous Rishonim while they're still there. Before us, so at least their words will not, so they shouldn't say it to our faces, so that the word should not go into the ears of the Hamona Amos. Sometimes even less than that. Everything, as direct relation to the koyach of the malachim. The stronger you can do more, the weaker you can do less. Whatever. This is the principle of the Torah from beginning to end. Now the Rebbe is going to explain how all this is included in the third teaching of Safad Tzniusa. This is the third parak of the Safad Tzniusa that we started in the beginning. Tisha tikunim yikirit masro ledikno. 9 precious rectifications were given to the beard. What is it? Zakon, Hainu la zoke na yeshe v'yeshiva lidrosh. That's the elder, that's the sage that is sitting in Darshan's. I'm sorry, it's like that's the sage that is sitting in the yeshiva to Darshan. He was given 9 bechinos, 9 tools, 9 principles. Aleph, the first one, kach et hamatan. Take the staff of strength that is made of all the mitzvahs and all the Torah that you learned. Okay. That's the staff of strength. That's called the tzaddik. How does the tzaddik get koyach? From his Torah, mitzvahs, masm Torah. This is what the staff is comprised of. Base, vehakel ha'edom, and congregate the congregation, get them together, gather them together. Kanal lachniyaga also, in order to subdue their inherent wickedness, using that staff, using that strength. Gimel, the third one, v'dibartem el ha'sela, and you should speak to the selah, to the rock, b'tachanunim, with supplications. To wake up the Nachamim, the Lev Eli. Dalet, Le'neim, in their presence. Shikasher iman. In other words, connect your neshama with the neshama of the time that you're davening. Hey, the 5th tikkun, Lamshich dibur esh, to bring, fire at the burim, hot, burning as hot as burning coals, from the supernal heart through the begging and the supplications. Vav, Lamshich Torah, to bring down the Dibur Torah from the Lev Elyon. Zayin, the 7th one, Brias HaMalachim, the creations of the Malachim that are created from the Chidusha Torah that the Chacham darshans. Ches, Lekabel Koyach Me'edoim, Lachni Asasodim Kanal, to get the force, the might from Edom to subdue, the adversaries. And Tes Level Eretz Yisrael, the 9th tikkun is to come to Eretz Yisrael by subduing the adversaries, the slanderous Rishoyim that prevent the people from coming to Eretz Yisrael, spiritually, physically, whatever. With this, you're zeicha to go. Eretz Yisrael, there is zeicha to go from one madrega to the next in Avodas Hashem. And now the Zohar brings about these 9 tikkunim through the derech of the Maimon. The Elo tikkunim, the imsal, zokan aderesh. These tikkunim, these rectifications that were given to the sage, the darshans. And first the Zohar makes a little preamble. Kol mad itma v'lo isgalia. Everything which is hidden and not revealed. This is remez al nishmas pchinas mirish amistalik. This alludes to that very, very special neshama, the portal to the Lev Eli, that by its very existence brings down, is the portal to all the Chidusha Torah. And when this neshama is mistalik, the Bira Torah is mistalik, ishtokach. Ishtokach means found, That which was lost, the Bira Torah that was lost when this neshama passed away, now is being refound by the Zokan. Ishtokach. Ishtokach means found. Perish ishtokach achshav al dei hazokan hazeh kol ma shaya mishtakech al dei neshama shenistalek. Everything, now it is being refound by this Zokan, this sage, all that was taken away when this neshama passed away. Because obviously, the Chacham brings down Biur Torah. Now it brings down all the 9 tikkunim. Tikkun kadmo, the first tikkun, nimin al nimin, hair upon hair. Mikava piska de udnin ad resha de puma. The first tikkun, it is hair upon hair before the opening of the ears to the head of the mouth, all the way to the edge of the mouth. Nimin, this nimin b'chinas saras. This is hair. Saras is also is a very, very high Kabbalistic definition, because the hair itself is built. If you look at the hair in a microscope, you see that hair is a tube. You know, every hair is a tube. It's actually a hollow tube. People don't know this, but it is through the hair, the brain, when it's thinking, it gives off excess energy. This energy is being let out through the hair.
The shefa comes through the beard.
The shefa comes down to the beard. It's a different thing altogether. We're talking about the hair of the. Any kind of hair is a pipe that lets out either shefa through the beard, rachamim is through the beard. The hair of the head itself, in Kabbalah don't even talk about it because it's too high. When they talk in everything is obviously it's just a mashal. So they say everything in Kabbalah, they don't speak on anything that is above their eyes. And the hair over here is above. There's a reason why with Afka we shave over here and we let over here. Very, very, very deep in your. Any pipe is a conduit that enables you to bring something, to constrict something, so you can bring it from point A to point B. So that's right. The same thing. Yes, Saros is also Mishon Sha'arim, which is a gate. It's also Meshayr. This is an estimation. Kol Chamifun Meshayr B'Libe. It says you're Meshayr that the distance between here and Yerushalayim is about 40 kilometers. It's an estimate. Meshayr. That's why the Zohar says Noida B'Sha'orim Ba'alo in Eshes Chayil. Her husband is known at the gates. The Zohar says her husband, the Kodesh Baruch Hu, is known to every person. Kol Chad Lefum de Meshayr B'Libe. Each one according to the way that he estimates in his heart, the kind of impression he has in his heart. So Meshayr is an estimate. It's a guesstimate. It's an evaluation which is instinctual. Over here, Nimin is very thin here. Nimin is between the Saros. The Saros are alluding to Bechinas Shari Tzion. Shari, the gate. This alludes to Bechinas Mata Uscha Hashem, Mata Uscha Yishloch B'Tzion. Tzion is the source of the Mata Oiz. That Mata Oiz of the Chacham, his strength, that is being made from his Masim Tovim. That the mitzvahs are the tziyunim, they are the symbols of this Dvarim Elyonim. Mekara Pitchudnin, before the openings of the ears. The Hainu, Am Yisrael, were Matan Torah, before they're heard if they can even accept, Ad Reisha de Puma, to the head, to the head of the mouth. Before they heard the Poshet Pima Hu Nasa, before the opening of the ears, before they heard, they already came to the mouth and says Nasa. This is Kidmu Nasa Nishma. This is Mekal Putche Udnin Ad Reish Puma. The Reish Puma, the mouth came first. This is what Rabbeinu says in Maseches Ksubas, the Kadmi Pumaichel Odnaichel, they preceded the mouth to the ears. That Am Yisrael, preceded the mouth to the ears. They were Magdiman Nasal Nishma, and the main koyach of the staff of the tzaddik that he has from his Masim Tovim is through the Nasa Nishma, which is in him. His Torah, his mitzvahs. That's the thing he's given the staff. Also, the mitzvahs Am Yisrael are doing. The Mekan, like tzitzis and tefillah and chulin. The tzaddik is doing it with tremendous dvekas and with great ishtokikus. This is the same kind of fervor that Am Yisrael used to have in Matan Torah, from Matan Torah. This is when the original Asam Nishma came. Tikkun Tinyono, I don't think we're going to go through all the Tikkunim today, but the Tikkun Tinyono, the second Tikkun, Mereisha Hai Lereisha Acharo, from one head to the other head. In other words, to subdue the inherent wickedness of the people who are listening with the mata'ois. When he's doing this, with this he extricates them from this head, this reshus of Sitra Acha, to the Sitra de Kedusha. From this hand to this hand. But Hashem will stop right here and we'll continue.